This is what we're making today, the Bella Luna by Holdtrightthere Patterns. It's a large bag. It's got a fairly wide gusset. It's got purse feet. It's got a back slip pocket with magnetic snaps, a back zipper pocket. The front has an accordion. There's two, I should say there's two slip pockets here, and then the accordion has credit card slots, pen slots, zipper pocket, and a slip pocket. Tons. And then on the inside, there's also, it's got a top zipper closure. On the inside, it's got another zipper pocket and two slip pockets, and tons of room. Tons of room. All cotton. So let's get started. Hi everyone, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs, and I'm getting ready to do a pattern that one of my viewers requested. It's the Bella Luna Hobo with Wallet. It's by Holditrightthere Patterns, and I have permission to do any of her patterns, which is fantastic. Most of her patterns I just love. This one, I think I'm really gonna like. It's a huge bag. So let's keep that in mind as we go along. This is probably a long video would be my guess. I'm gonna try and go through the pieces pretty quickly here, but it's the Bella Luna Hobo bag, okay, by Holditrightthere Patterns. So piece A is the front and back exterior and lining. I have 4 pieces, so 2 of them are my B fabric. 2 of them are my B word fabric. One is interfaced with just a woven fuse. One of them has 809. And then I also have 2 pieces of fleece. So that's what I have so far on A. B is the exterior slip pocket. And there are 3 pieces of that. There are 2 lining and 1 exterior. So this is my lining. It's the B medallions. I'm using black for my exterior, and then there's another medallion lining. All of those have 809 on them. Now, she does talk about doing the interfacing out of the seam allowances. I didn't do that because I'm using my fabricator. I'm fine with having my interfacing in the seam allowance. C is the front sides. Again, these are mirrored, so keep that in mind, and they're interfaced with 809. D is the flap, and that is interfaced with woven, and I need a piece of foam for this, so I'm gonna set that aside. I knew I missed a piece of foam. And then piece E is the accordion wallet pocket, and there's 1 exterior and 1 contrast, so I have my B fabric and black, and both of those pieces, actually just one of them has 809 on it. All right, and then G is the wallet pocket back panel, and that is just in my black. And these are all cotton quilting fabrics. I decided to do what she recommended. I know, I don't often do that. And this is interfaced with 809 piece G, the wallet pocket back panel. And then my card slots has 2 pieces, H1 and H2. H1 doesn't have any interfacing. However, she does give you a piece for cutting out some firm interfacing, which I used 809 for, that we'll put on the fold lines. And then H2 is kind of the back of the card slots, and I did that out of the medallions. So my card slots are out of the Bs, and then the back piece is out of the medallion fabric. I'm putting those together. The pen pockets, there are 4 pieces, 2 mirrored. They have 2 pieces have 809 and 2 don't. So again, keep that in mind. She tells you right on the pattern piece that it needs to be mirrored. Piece J is a card pocket base. There is one piece of that, and that has 809 on it. Piece K is a flush, a flush zipper pocket exterior, and there are two of those, and they both have 809 on them. A lot of pattern pieces. Excuse me. The flush zipper pocket lining, there are two of those, and they both have 809, and I did the B fabric. Piece L is the lining slip pocket. There are two of those, and I did the B fabric, but only one of them has 809 on it. The gusset M, the black is obviously the exterior. The exterior has just one piece of 809. The interior has woven fuse on it. And then I do have two pieces of foam for that. I'm just looking. Yeah, that's right. I can't believe I did it. And then piece O is the zipper casing. There are 4 pieces, and all 4 of them have 809 on them. And they're all out of the B fabric, and they're on the fold. So they're like this. This is kind of an interesting, I don't know how that goes together, but I'm sure it does. And then the strap is piece P, and it's a long piece, and it is just a black cotton, and it has 2 pieces of 809 on it. Yep, 2 pieces of 809. And that's all the pieces. There are a lot of pieces, and I've never made this pattern before, so I will be taking it slow. We'll see how it goes together. So thanks for watching. I was gonna do it on my Singer, but I don't have any more bobbins yet. I'm supposed to be getting some more bobbins next week. So once I get those, I'm gonna try Tex 45 on it to see if I can sew with that. And I'm gonna try some vinyl. It's sewed through the cork beautifully. And all the research that I've done, people say that it sews through things just 4 or 5 layers of fabric just beautifully. So we'll see. All right, let's get started. All right, so this is H1. And this is how you need to label the top. And my top, T for top. Oops, this is top here. Already disappeared a little. So label your top. And then she gives you where your fold lines are, and right below each fold line, put one of your strips of interfacing. I happen to use 809. And then you're gonna fold those wrong sides together on there, and we're gonna stitch, I'm gonna do it from this side. We're gonna stitch, just like we do any other card slots. All right, then take your H2 piece and mark where she tells you to, and there is a different width and length here, so pay attention to that in the pattern. And by the way, these card slots, if you've done any of the Hold It Right There card slots, this is exactly how she does them. I think she does it like this in every pattern. I really like it, actually. All right, so I measured up there, and on my top, I measured a line there as well. And I sometimes forget, we're gonna lay this right, and I gotta, hold on a second, I gotta even this out. All right, when I cut my H1 out, it wasn't very straight, so with your H2 right side up and your H1 right side down, right sides together. Lay your top, this is the top of your card slot piece. And we're gonna sew along this line, but you're laying the edge of it along that other line. I know it feels weird. It works, trust me. Okay. All right, then let's refold our card slots. And you have about 3/8. Oops, no, that's not what we do. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. So just get them even. Mine are about, yeah, they're about 3/8. And the bottom one, sometimes, I'm just telling you, is a little longer than the back, and that is okay. If it is, that's okay. Let me see something real quick, though. Yep, okay. Okay. Grab some clips. Yeah, my piece was not even. Just really pretty awful. All right, and now we are going to fold this down. So that it's even. So that's what you should have right now. And we're gonna stitch along all 3 sides, and then we'll divide this in half. So let me work on my alignment here. I'll be right back. Okay, let's just base these in place. And she tells you to do it at 1/4 inch. Yeah, I probably should do a little more. That's all right. I did 1/8. I probably should do a little more. But we're gonna cut this down because it needs to be let me see. No, this is right. Yeah, okay. So measure what she tells you to in the pattern, and we're going to divide this pocket. These credit card slots, I should say. And I'm going to turn around and come right back down. Okay. And then I have some excess down here, which is absolutely okay. When I cut this out, it was really not even. Oh, happened there? I got a little pleat there, so hold on. All right, so this is what you have. Don't forget to test your card slots, okay? Very important step. All right, now take piece I. And I is your pen pocket piece, but it is supposed to be 4 pieces. 2 of them are mirrored, okay? So keep that in mind. And then we're gonna sew across the top with the seam allowance in the pattern. And I am going to I said I was gonna chain stitch, which I did, but it acted weird, so I'll just clip that. There we go. And now I'm gonna go press these open. So just like that. All right, go press them open. Hold on. All right, so here's your pieces, and this is what they should look like. You've pressed your seam open, and it looks, these are going out on each side. You're aligning on the bottom on each side. Okay, then you're gonna pull that down and align the bottom on the back. Very unique. I've never done something like this before. I like it. Susanna is an amazing designer. All right, and then we're going to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance on both sides. And your seam that you pressed open should just be flattened. Okay, and then trim your seams. I'm pretty sure we're going to top stitch it, but I don't know that for sure. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so hold on. Let's do the other side. Press your seam open that you flattened already. These are pin pockets, which, you know, it's kind of nice to have in a bag, I think. Oh, that was me falling off the glass. Don't panic, guys. I'm okay. It sounded awful. All right, now we're gonna fold these out just like that. Oh my, okay. And we'll top stitch the top. Interesting, very interesting. I am gonna go press that, so I'll be right back. All right, let's just top stitch the pin pockets only. Not really sure I understand that, but probably a reason. Yeah, you don't even go down the side. Top edge. Okay. I'm so used to top stitching everything that it feels weird. I'm sure there's nothing, you know, it's fine, but it's... Okay, let's do this other side. And then you're gonna grab piece J, and we're gonna add that to the bottom here. So there's a straight edge. I'm gonna clean this up just a hair. My interfacing skills today were actually pretty abysmal. I got really hot in my fabric room because of the heat press was on, and I was like, oh man, it's so hot. All right, so there's a straight edge, so mine isn't quite long enough, so I'm just gonna center it. I don't know why that is. Thankfully we have pretty good seam allowances here. So your center on this should be the center where your, yeah, it is. Credit cards are divided. So we're gonna sew that on there, and we've got a great seam allowance, so perfect. Okay. All right, I forgot to go over my hardware. She calls for one twist lock, so I got that out. This is actually 2 in here. So I need one of those, one magnetic snap, a bunch of rivets, and I'm using antique gold hardware. So I'm using black zipper tape with antique gold. She called for 1.5 inch rings. I'm gonna have to decide. I don't have rings. I only have square rings, 1.5 inch. So I'm gonna have to decide whether I want to use 1 inch or 1.5. I'm not sure. We'll see. And then 4 zipper pulls. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need 4 zippers. Well, there you go. All right, so that's the hardware on the floor. All right, so now take piece G and measure out your zipper hole, which is on your pattern piece. I just cut mine out and laid it and turned it over. It centers it for you. It's perfect. And then grab your, I think it's K1, and put that about 3/4 inch below the top, centered. And then we're gonna stitch this in place. I am gonna decrease my stitch length just a little bit. And I need to make sure I'm using pins. I know it's very scary for me. I just decreased my stitch length a little. So these are right sides together, by the way. Your piece G and your K1 are right sides together. Now, you know, this is one thing that's a little controversial out there in the bag making world. Some people don't like their facing for their zippers to show at all. You know, and honestly, it depends for me, but this, I don't really mind because it's black and yellow. Okay, so that's what you can see just a hair of it, a hint of it. So let me go iron that. All right, so there it is. And now we're gonna, I put 2 pieces of double-sided tape here on my zipper. I'm just gonna put one on one at a time. And I made my zipper too long on purpose. And that's absolutely okay. Just make sure that when you're getting ready to sew, you pull your zipper pull in. And I've done that before. left it out there. It's not a pretty sight when you're done. Okay. And now we're just going to top stitch all the way around, and I will pull these stitches to the back. Okay, so there is your zipper. It's a beautiful thing. I gotta figure out what tag I'm gonna use and where I'm gonna put it. But for now, we are gonna put this here, I believe. Let me just look. Yeah. Okay, so we want to make sure that this zipper pocket is out of the way, and we are adding this right on top here. And now I understand why we didn't top stitch. I don't know why we didn't top stitch this. We're gonna top stitch here and across this bottom, but not here. I'm doing it. I don't like that it's not top stitch. Sorry, I'm doing it just along this. It feels unfinished to me if I don't do that. I know, I'm a little weird that way. Okay, I feel better about that. I understand the other piece, not doing it yet, because we're gonna, I'm losing my juice. All right, so now let's put this back on here. And we're gonna top stitch in several places, and that's gonna secure this. Again, make sure this is up and out of the way. You don't want to sew through that. Okay. Yeah, let's baste out the sides. So we're going to top stitch here and all the way across the bottom. I love it. In fact, I'm gonna do this one first. I think all the way across the bottom. Let me just look. Yeah. And you're top stitching on the bottom piece. Again, making sure that your zipper pocket piece is up and out of the way. Then I think I'm going to come from the bottom, top stitch on the pen, the side of the pen pocket. I'm going to have to check my bottom here in a second. Same on the other side. Clips are going everywhere. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Oh my gosh, so you got a huge slip pocket there. You've got 4 credit card slots here, and you've got 2 pen pockets. Pretty amazing, actually. All right, what does she have us do? Yeah. So now on the back, we're gonna pull this up and close our pocket off. I'm just thinking I haven't read far enough ahead. I'm terrible at reading ahead on patterns. I know I really should read the whole pattern before I start, but I don't. Okay. Turn it over. And there's not a lot, but we need to sew across this top. There's not a lot there. All right, now you're going to take your accordion gusset, which is piece F, and there is no interfacing on these pieces. We're going to put two together, right sides together. For me, it doesn't matter on this particular fabric. And sew along this curved edge at the seam allowance in the pattern. On both of them. Because I'm using black, it's so hard to see it. Probably not a good choice. I think it'll look really good though. All right, now I'm gonna go press those open. Which is interesting in and of itself. So I'll go press those open. Right now, I cut off, there's always wings when you do that on a curve like that. Now she wants you to sew along one side at the seam allowance in the pattern of each. My little fabricator is doing good here with my cotton quilting without interfacing. I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to try the Singer with this, so let's see. Okay, so there you go. These are pretty big, so I don't know. All right, now we're going to top stitch. Oh, we need to trim this edge. Just a second. Trim seam allowance. All right, so on piece E, take your contrasting piece. So for me, it's the piece that has the interfacing and it's the B fabric. And mark where your hardware is gonna go. Centered. And I just measured where my piece is gonna be. Goodness gracious. Where's mine? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. There it is. Okay. I'm a little uncomfortable putting this on cotton. I'll be pretty honest with it, but I think it'll be fine. I have a piece of Decaville Heavy here that I'm going to use. And then my washer. These are so hard. These are so hard to compress. If you guys have any tips and tricks for this, please feel free to share. Some are harder than others, but that one in particular was like, man. And then just make sure it's on there straight. And then I am going to put another piece of Decaville Heavy on top of that to protect my cotton. Yeah. You could probably use Decaville Light this here. That'd probably be okay too. Okay. Now, you see my center mark there? I'm gonna go iron that. That drives me crazy. I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn the light on here. See that? It's a fold line. So let me go. Right now, you're gonna take your other piece E, put those two right sides together. And for me, it's the black. And we're gonna sew, let's see what my seam allowance is, yeah. We're gonna sew the sides and across the top. Because this is cotton, I'm gonna use my pinking shears. And rather than put notches in this, I'm just gonna use my pinking shears. She doesn't have to trim the sides, I don't think. Okay, yeah. All right. I think you could, but I'm not going to because she didn't tell you to. All right, let's turn this right side out. I'm so not used to doing all cotton. I like it. It's okay. I think it'll be fine. I'll get my little corner tool here. Poke out your corners. Be careful. Mm-hmm. And then I will go, obviously, iron this. All right, I'm gonna go iron it. I'll be right back. All right, ironed, and let's top stitch along that topped curved edge. Okay. next? Let me get my next pieces. All right, so we're going to take piece F, accordion gusset. We're going to sew, 2 pieces are right sides together. We're going to sew at the seam allowance in the pattern across the curved edge. The top is really what it is. These pieces are not interfaced. So on both of those, and then I believe we sew down one side. Yeah. So now we'll sew down one side as well. My thread broke. My bobbin thread broke. All right, let me fix that. Hold on. All right, now let's just top stitch the curved edge. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet. All right, so now, let me see. We're going to align our finished edges back here. I know, it feels really weird. So both of your finished edges, mine's black on black, so it's really hard to tell, but my raw edge for my accordion gusset is right there. And I've attached it with both finished edges back here on the back. And then we're just going to sew that together at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. I know, it's weird. 1/8 of an inch. Okay. All right, so this is what you should have. It's kind of hard to see on mine because I got black, but that's what it looks like on the back, and this is what it looks like on the front. All right. All right, so now take your flap D and mark where your hardware goes for the flap on the front of your piece, your contrast piece. For me, it's the B fabric. But now we're gonna put our 2 D pieces right sides together, and we're gonna sew along 3 edges, leaving this top part open so we can turn it. Now, she calls for foam for this piece. I use Decaville Light. I thought about it, and I thought, you know, I don't think I'm going to like how a foam piece goes with my turn lock piece. So, we'll see. Okay, now what's my seam allowance? Yep. All right, so I pressed it, and now we're going to top stitch on the sides and the bottom. All right, now we're going to add our other part of our twist lock. All right, so now mark from the pattern where you want the hole for your twist lock to go. And I'm just going to mark my outline of where I want it to be. And then I'm going to make a hole. And this is going to be noisy, so fair warning. And then I'll do the side holes with my leather hole maker here. I just think that it just comes out better when I do this way. Most of the time. Uh-oh. Don't put that in the trash, Barb. Okay. Hold on, let me get it out of the trash or I'll forget. Okay. I put this away. Okay, it's always a good idea to hang on to any extra screws that you get. Because you never know. Let me see, I think these two will work, but yeah. Okay. Interesting, these were too big. That's all right. I'm gonna put them in that pile, and I'm just gonna tighten these down. All right. You know, that's another thing to make sure that you do. When you get hardware like this, check it. Make sure that your screws are the right screws, because they weren't. All right, so now take your credit card piece that's finished, we set aside. Take your front piece with the accordion gussets and your twist lock on it. And we're going to align those at the bottom and sew the seam allowance in the pattern. I know, feels weird. This is actually a very cute bag. Let's see how big it really is when finished. It says it's a good sized bag, so. All right, so now let's sew those at the seam allowance in the pattern. The next piece you're going to need is C. Okay. I can't remember who suggested this. I can't remember who suggested this pattern, but please reach out because this is a great one. I need to start writing down when I put patterns on my list from suggestions. I need to start putting that who suggested it. Okay. All right, so now kind of put your accordions in there. So that's what it should look like. So that when you open it, you have room. Look at that. Gosh, it's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna kind of clip my accordions so they'll stay there. And then we're gonna take piece C, it's called the front sides. And we're gonna lay those after I trim a little here. We're gonna lay those like so on this side, aligning the bottom. And these pieces do have 809 on them. I mean, I can see on a domestic why she wants you to definitely keep the interfacing out of the seam allowance, for sure. For a second there. Now, I think this is a mirrored piece. Let me just look so you know for sure. Yeah, this piece is mirrored and it says it right on the pattern piece. So if it doesn't feel like it's working, it's because you didn't mirror the piece. All right, let's sew that together at the seam allowance in the pattern. Okay, we're going to turn that over and we're going to top stitch on our seam on this piece. All right, so just make sure that down here on the bottom, you have the same amount of space on each side. And we're just basting that at the seam allowance she gives you. That's the one thing about the Hold It Right There pattern. She has generous seam allowances, so I think I've said this before in one of the videos I did of hers. It does really help to cover up any boo-boos that you might have made. And that's a very technical term. All right, now we're going to do the same thing up here on the flap. So you do want to make sure that your flip lock or twist lock, whatever you used, fits nicely. And I did do that. Okay, so there you go. This is what you have. So there's my flip lock. Open it up, and you've got all that space in there with a zipper pocket. Okay, it didn't quite, let me turn this over and catch this a little better up here. Yeah. That's okay. All right, so let's set that aside. Very cool. And I'll get my next pieces. All right, now we're going to take our piece B as in boy, mark all your centers. You have 3 piece Bs. I'm going to use one of my medallion pieces. And we're going to center that. I'm going to use some wonder clips. And we're going to sew that together at the 1/2 inch seam allowance in the pattern. And I am just going to clip this rather, because it's way too thick for me to use my pinking shears. Again, you have pretty good seam allowance here. Okay. Excuse me, and then turn that over. I am going to go iron this. So that's what you have. Turn it over. What you're doing is creating a huge slip pocket here. And it's pretty thick, actually. There's a lot of layers there. Another reason to keep things out of your seam allowance. For me, it's okay because I'm using my industrial, but if I was using Bernina, my domestic, she'd probably struggle. Now, interestingly, I wonder how my Singer would do. Don't know. My guess is she'd sew right through it. But I don't know that for sure. Okay, then we're just going to top stitch that. I don't think I need to press it. I'll press it when I'm done here. Oops. My needle is down there. slow here. Just a second. All right, so this next step is a little weird. I get it, but I don't. So the thing we're gonna do is, this is the slip pocket. This is the inside slip pocket, piece B, as in boy. We're gonna clip that to our piece A and make sure it's a good, what she tells you in the pattern, and it's equal on both sides, yeah. And then we're gonna lift this front pocket up out of the way. I know, it's weird. And we're gonna baste this, ouch. Almost put my presser foot on me. Baste that in place. 1/4 inch. I understand why. Otherwise you might miss getting it sewn with the other piece. Okay, so this is what we got. Yeah, I get it. Okay, a minute. Then the next thing, I think it does make complete sense. All right, so that's what you have. So you basted your huge slip pocket there, and she has you actually dividing it in half, which is probably a really good idea, and I will do it. I wasn't gonna do it, but I think I am. And I have my centers marked, so I'm just gonna mark a line there. And divide that in half. It's such a large bag, you don't need, now you could leave it open if you wanted to, but I'm dividing mine in half because it's such a big pocket. Now I get it. Okay. Let me show you, because it does make sense. Oh, I forgot to tell you, on my A piece, I did add the fleece before I did this. So do that. I don't know why she has you wait. It doesn't really make sense, but all right, so now do you see I have 2 huge slip pockets there. All right, now we're just gonna base the rest of this in place, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right, so the next step is to put your magnetic snaps on one of your B pieces. I use my medallions and your exterior piece. She gives you the measurements on where to put those, and so I did attach those. And then for my exterior piece, I will be attaching my last piece of fleece as well. And then on the exterior B piece, fabric 1, which is black for me, I marked my zipper pocket. And I put my other K1 piece on there, and we're gonna do that just like any other zipper pocket. We already did one, so I'll do that on fast forward. All right, so now we're gonna do our zipper just like we did the other one, and I'll do that on fast forward. All right, so I finished my zipper. This is the outside. And I finished my pocket. So now I have the other B piece that has the snap on it. Those are right sides together. And we're gonna just sew across the top at the seam allowance in the pattern. There you go. So here's the back inside with the snap, and then here's the front with the pocket. I love it. All right, what's next? Okay, get our other exterior back, and we're gonna attach this. I gotta put my fleece on first, so hold on. All right, so this is our B pieces, the one with the zipper and the one with the magnetic snap, and we're just attaching that to our A piece. I did put my piece of fleece on there. And now we're just gonna baste that in place. All right, so now I'm taking my exterior gusset, and I am just gonna baste it onto my foam, and then I'm gonna take it over to my Bernina and zigzag the edges, kind of flattens them. I won't show you that part, but I am gonna just baste this in place. And cut off the excess. Okay, so trim off your excess. And then zigzag the edges. That compresses the foam for your seam allowance. It really does make a difference. If you haven't done it before, it does make a big difference, honestly. You know, I haven't had fusible foam in a very long time, and I forgot this was fusible. All right, so let me go zigzag my edges, and I'll iron this one on, and then zigzag that one. All right, so that's how it looks on that side by flattening that edge of the foam. It really makes a big difference, I think. All right, so now we're going to sew these two M pieces together at the seam allowance in the pattern. I have to tell you guys something funny. I'm going to turn it over, and then we're going to splay that seam open and top stitch. But I was cleaning out some of my little drawers, and I found, like, I don't know how many pairs of scissors, and I tested them all, and most of them didn't work. I threw them away. They weren't expensive scissors, or I would have probably sharpened them. But I probably have. It was a ridiculous amount of scissors. A lot of craft scissors that I just don't need anymore. But they were dull, so I got rid of them. All right, now I'm going to take my piece M, and I'm going to mark for my purse feet. I am putting 4 purse feet on this. It's a really decent sized bag, so I would recommend that you do some purse feet. I'm just going to measure. She gives you actually the measurements in the pattern if you want to do it that way. I'm just using my pattern piece to mark them. Okay. And mine are this kind of purse feet. They're pretty big. These are the last 4 I have. But I'm going to use little washers as well. Actually, I can't use that kind of washer now that I think about it, because they go in differently. Okay. Forget that washer business. Okay. Put purse feet together. Your prongs. when you get it in there, twist it. That kind of makes it sure it's up there. And then open your purse feet and flatten them out. Wow, these are tight. Let me see. If I can use this. Yeah. Okay. That was very tight. Same thing. Twist it. All right, so I got my purse feet in, and they look pretty good. I did cover each of them because that hardware is pretty sharp. I covered them, each of them with another piece of cotton. Okay, so now we're gonna do our piece Q. And these are right sides together, and I am just gonna stitch and leave a 3-inch opening to turn them through. I'm trying to decide where I'm going to turn them on the side here. Yeah. All right, I turned mine out, and I put my square ring, 1.5-inch square ring. And I did put a piece of Decaville Heavy in here just to give it a little more stability. You know, I am going to put rivets here, but I don't know. And then measure down. I measured down 1.25 inches. I think she has you measure down 1 inch. And then we're just going to top stitch that in place. Try and keep it as straight as you can. I'm going to pull that to the back, actually. Since I'm using pretty highly contrasting thread. Slow around your curve here. Your piece is a bit cumbersome. All this stuff. Oh dear. I said go slow, and then my machine went crazy. If I was using black thread, I would probably backstitch, but because I'm using that contrasting thread, and you'll repeat that on the other side. Definitely tie off 3 times here. And then if you use chalk or something, just get that off of there. Okay. That actually looks pretty cute. Now I will put rivets. She has you put a rivet on either side here. I'm gonna put one here and one here. I'll just do that with you. These two. This is probably a good idea to put them just like that too. I like it. That looks really good. All right, I'm gonna go press these and then I will do the other side. I'll do it off camera. All right, so the next step, we got both our sides on and our rivets. The next step is to attach it. She has you attach it first to the back that has the zipper pocket. And she tells you to baste it first and then do your normal seam allowance. So because we're running out of time here, and I shouldn't say we're running out of time. The video, we haven't even done the inside, and the video is already going to be very long. And I don't like doing part 1 and part 2. You can let me know what you think. I mean, are you opposed to having part 1s and part 2s of video bag making? I suppose we could. There's probably nothing wrong with that, but you let me know. But right now, I am going to clip this in place and sew it around twice. So these are the pisos. That's just the zipper casing, and I have interfacing on both sides, which is different. So if you're using a domestic machine, do it how she has it in the pattern, because otherwise it's going to be too thick for you. And then I leave a turning hole, so I have 2 of these. Do the seam allowance in the pattern, and then turn them and press them. I'll do that on fast forward. All right. So after you iron those flat, you're going to press them together and fold them in half like this. I am going to go iron it, but this is the side. This is so different than anything I've ever seen. Yeah. And then we're going to prepare our zipper. I'll get back to that in just a second. Okay, this will be interesting. Never done a zipper like this before. Susanna, you're just a smartie. All right, I'm gonna clip my end of my zipper so it doesn't come undone. And then what we want to do, put that one over there, is add our zipper on this rounded end. Oh, I've just never seen anything like it. Let's see, do I have a better rounded end than another? Yeah, I think this one is actually better. All right, so, oh no, no, you're putting it inside the casing. Inside. Very interesting. So you gotta leave enough for it to have a place to zip. It's inside the casing. Never seen anything like it. You guys will have to let me know if you've done a zipper like this before, but I have not. All right. I'm pulling it out just a little. And then we're going to sew that okay, we'll start on this side, on the end. Oh. Okay. Very interesting. Just making sure it's out far enough that it'll close. And then do we go, yeah. All right, let's see if I caught it. I did not. Let's free that. That's okay. That is okay. So it might be good, and I'm going to try this on the other side to use double-sided tape, because over here we didn't catch it, and that's okay. We'll just go over it again, actually. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with this. This is the first time making this bag, and I'm okay with that. I am going to try on this other side using double-sided tape. I don't know if it'll help or not. We'll see. But I'm going to put it on the inside of this, just the straight edge, just on the, actually, I think I'm going to put it enough away from my 1/8 inch seam allowance that it doesn't gum up my needle. We'll see. I don't know if this will help or not. It's worth a shot. Okay. All right, so same thing here. Just trying to gauge where I put it. Very interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why we're doing it this way. I always want to know the why whenever I do things differently, but sometimes you're never going to know. I may redo this other side if this works. Let me just see if it looks good. Yeah. All right, let's give it a whirl. I don't know. I think I'll start down here. Let's see if I'm catching the back. Yeah. I'm holding judgment on this until I get it in the bag and see the benefit. Now, it did catch it, except for, no, it caught it there. Isn't that interesting? Look at that. Does that zip good? It's snug there. Let me see where it's catching. Oh, it's catching right here. Okay. I'm going to work on that a little bit. All right. It's not an artwork of perfection, but it is good enough for this first bag. And instead of doing a zipper end out of cotton, I just put a metal zipper end on. I prefer those anyway. And there's something here. There we go. So I did 2 rows of stitches because the first one just wasn't catching it. It doesn't look great from the back, but I don't care about the back. And it looks okay from the front. So that's the zipper end. Now, let's take your 2 L pieces. And we're gonna put those right sides together. One is interfaced and one is not, just FYI. And we're gonna clip those across the top and the bottom. And just stitch across the top and bottom. Let's see what my seam allowance is. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm gonna stitch from this interface side. Just easier. This piece is, what is this piece? This is a slip pocket. This is an interior slip pocket. Lots of pockets. You guys, I have to tell you something. When I'm turning this out, my husband has completely redone the cabinet. Not redone, I shouldn't say redone. He has touched up the cabinet that my grandmother's sewing machine came in. It had some scratches and the bottom must have gotten wet at some point, and the casing was starting to peel away. He has glued all that back. It looks so nice. All right, I think we're just gonna turn that top stitch and divide it in half. So let me go press it. All right, we're gonna top stitch on the shorter edge. And then we will divide it in half. He's out in the garage right now working on the seat that came with it, because it was probably in worse shape than the actual table. Okay, I'm gonna turn this around. Oh, we're just marking that because we don't want to do that, obviously, orb, until we get it on the bag. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm thinking about what a wonderful person he is. All right, take one of your interior linings, and I have my Be Words fabric, and we're gonna place that, let's see, what does she tell you? 1.5 inches above the bottom. It's kind of low. I like it though. Okay, and then we're gonna base that in place, and then we'll divide it. All right, now we're gonna add, so that piece is done for the moment. We're gonna, on our other interior lining A, we're gonna put in another zipper pocket. Now you don't have to do all these zipper pockets if you don't want to, but I like them actually. Let me find my A piece so I can mark it. It's just easier than doing a bunch of measurements. Here, I'll mark it so you can't see the pattern piece. I try really hard not to do that. And then let me cover this. Oh, let me see if I can cover this up enough so you can't see it. Okay. Okay. Now this, I think this is a little different. So there's that, but the K2 pieces, oh, I know why. Because this is where we're leaving the bottom open. Okay. So take your K2 pieces. Okay. So I'm gonna just mark a quick center here. On both of my pieces. Yeah, I'm gonna go mark both of these pieces center. Okay. So the zipper is on the same side as your slip pockets because they're gonna be in the back, which makes sense. So I just remarked it. And then you add your K2 piece, and we'll do this on fast forward. All right, so there's our zipper pocket and our slip pockets, and we are going to sew 3 edges. We're not sewing the bottom. So we're going to turn it this way and start on this end. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna hold judgment, but you want to take your zipper panel with the zipper pocket, the zipper pull right side up. This is the front panel without the zipper and the slip pocket. And ease that in, and we're gonna sew that together at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. It's, yeah. Follow her directions for the interfacing on this, most definitely. I did not, and it's way too thick. It's not too thick for my machine, it's just way too thick. Okay. And we're going to repeat that with our back side. You're going to want to have all your centers marked as well on all these pieces, top and bottom. That was a weather alert. Now, she says if you need to clip things to make the curve. I didn't need to, but I am going to clip off my excess lining interfacing here. Yeah. I'm not really, I probably need to reach out to her and ask her. I like the shape of this, and I like the idea of it. If I hadn't used so much interfacing, it probably would have been perfect. So it's my issue, not the pattern. You just want to make sure it's not bunching up under there on the curve. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so there you have it. Let me see what's next. All right, so we're going to do our interior lining M exactly the same way we did the outside, except there's no foam. The one thing I will tell you, if you have a directional print, just be aware of that. This is a directional print with the words. So I just made sure all my words were going up once I have sewn them together. Okay. Now we're ready to put this on the back first. Interesting. Let me look at this. Hold on, because I want to leave a hole on the back. Okay. I attached my gusset to this back panel first, the one with the zipper and the slip pocket, and I am leaving a pretty good sized turning hole in the bottom here. She has you turning it, so my turning hole is about 10, 11 inches. And the reason I'm doing that is there are so many layers on that front that it's going to be a challenge to turn. Just my 2 cents. You don't have to do it. You can do it how she has it in the pattern, and that's just turning through this zipper hole. And then pay attention to the seam allowances that she gives you, because they start and end differently. All right, there's the outside. I turned it right side out. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll do a little steam here, and oops, and here's the back, and a little steam here. All right, so now we're gonna insert this inside our lining, and I want my pockets to be on the back as well as my turning hole. So I'm gonna put my back, it's in my back. This is one of those tight fits, and it works well, but it's snug. Okay, so let's line up our centers. I had my center mark, there it is. So there it is. Now, obviously, I've got to do some ironing. Cotton, it wrinkles pretty bad. There's a little bitty pucker right there. I'm okay with that. This, the top seam came down. It's all the same fabric. I'm okay with that. You open this up, you've got your gusset with all kinds of good stuff. That turned out beautifully, actually. Huge double slip pocket there. Huge slip pocket there with a magnetic snap. Another zipper pocket there. And you open it up and you've got an interior zipper pocket, 2 slip pockets. I mean, it's beautiful. All right, let's finish it up. I'm gonna do this on fast forward. Just gonna pull my lining through my zipper pocket and finish that up. All right, the last thing is to do the strap. And I was gonna do webbing. And I thought, no, I've already got this cut out. It is a 4-inch piece. I put a line down the middle. I'm folding my ends over with double-sided tape, a 1/2 inch, not even quite really a 1/2 inch. And the end result here is gonna be a 1.5 inch strap out of cotton. This cotton, and I put some on the ends here too, because this is cotton and we don't want raw edges. So I'm just gonna fold that down a little and fold that. Oh, my husband is texting me from the other room because he's got an apple that we're gonna share. Isn't that hilarious, you guys? Modern technology. I bet your kids do that all the time. Text you from their room or somewhere outside or something. Instead of getting up and coming and getting you. That's hilarious. All right, I'm just gonna try and get this done, and then I'll do some nice ironing and we'll do a reveal. If I can get this separated here. There we go. My tape isn't holding, but that's okay. We're gonna clip it. All right, so together and clip. Yeah, I would normally never, I shouldn't say never. I would normally not use cotton. I used to. For a strap, but that's what this pattern calls for, and it works out fine. Now I am gonna probably make another one of these, like I've said in my other videos. I try and make bags in 2s because you learn so much the first time you make a bag. For the first time. See if that's what he wants. I'm sure it is. Just get this clipped and then I'll go. I'm gonna have to work on these ends. I don't like them. It's all right though. Okay. I'll be right back. All right. It was an apple. He wanted to give me some fantastic apple that we have. All right, I am gonna just do do this. What stitch length do I have all the way around? 1/8 of an inch. This is not meant to be a crossbody bag. It's really too big for a crossbody bag. So it's a shoulder bag. And that's the length of strap this is. All right, let me just do a tiny bit of cleanup here on both ends. Actually, just on one end. Little cotton thread sticking out. All right. So now we are going to attach these with rivets. So pick your prettiest side, and we're going to put that through the D-ring. Actually, it's a square ring. And we're going to clip that and do the other side. Same amount, about. And we're not sewing that. You could. I'm not. I'm gonna just put 2 rivets there. Let me get to this first. Okay. Let's grab our rivets. And we'll put our rivets in. I better mark them. I wasn't going to, but I better. I have 10mm rivets. So these are fine for this. Okay, so that's what you have. I haven't pressed them yet. I'm going to put these 2 in and press them. And then I'll press the whole thing and come back and show you the end result. All right, guys, this is the Bella Luna by Holditrightthere patterns. This is requested by one of my followers. And I'll go look and see who it is. If I can't find it, if you're the one that recommended or wanted this bag to be done, please let me know. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but here it is. It is a pretty large bag. Look at this. It's got a large gusset, and it's got a shoulder strap, which is connected by rivets, 2 rivets on each side. On the back, there is a huge slip pocket with a magnetic snap. and a zipper pocket. Gorgeous. The front is 2 huge slip pockets here, right here. And then when you open the turn lock on the inside, there's some foo-foo. There is a gusset that has a zipper pocket, a slip pocket, 8 credit card slots, and a huge gusset. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah. I mean, look how big that is. And then this slip pocket is large and the zipper pocket is large. And it just flips back there. Close it with your turn lock. And there you go. Now on the inside, it has a top zipper closure. On the inside, there's 2 slip pockets and another zipper pocket on the back. But look how big it is. I mean, there's room for almost anything you need. Now, it's made out of cotton, so it's pretty lightweight, really. I'm going to tell you a couple things I would do different. So there it is, the Bella Luna. Absolutely gorgeous. This is all cotton. I would make it in all cotton again, but I would do as Susanna recommends, the designer, leave all your interfacing outside of the seam allowances. I did not do that, and I regret it. And I would do my zipper panel exactly like she tells you in the pattern. I put way too much interfacing on it, and it was way too thick. So do the zipper panel exactly like she has it in the pattern. It's really a cool way to do a zipper panel, but I did it with way too much interfacing, probably triple the amount of interfacing necessary. Again, cotton is great. Choose your fabrics wisely. Interfacing outside of the seam allowance, just like she tells you to do. And other than that, I mean, I'm not sure I would change anything. I did end up, I don't even know if I talked about this, I ended up putting my name tag here. It's on the front, right in the middle. But you could also put it on the back, right up here as well. Lots of pockets. You certainly don't have to do all the pockets. The front accordion portion is very nice. Would I do the credit card slots? Probably not. I would do the slip pocket and the pen. Oh, I forgot to tell you the pen pockets. There's pen pockets in here. Let me fill it up and I'll show you. There's 2 pen pockets on either side that holds more than 1 pen on it. So on the sides, I would do that. I definitely would do the pen pockets. So there they are. But because I use a purse pal or I use an architect wallet, both would fit in this nicely. I probably would not do the credit card slots on the next one I make. I might. I mean, I don't know. Oh, and there's purse feet on the bottom. Yeah, it's a huge bag, so you definitely want purse feet. You know, I need to probably iron. I need to steam iron the bottom. I steamed it ironed everywhere else, but not the bottom. So there you go. Let me stand up and I'll show you how it looks. Look at that. It's massive. So if you like big bags, or you're going to be traveling and you want to have plenty of room for all the things that you need, I would definitely do this bag. And the strap is 1.5 inches, so it fits nicely and stays on your shoulder. There you go. Isn't it pretty? So, I mean, black and yellow, bees, how can you go wrong with that? I think the next one I make is gonna just be black and white, or black and gray. I'm not sure. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This is a long video, I know, but click like, subscribe, and feel free and comment. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.